All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today I want to talk about MSTY and I also want to talk about margin. Some big words coming up here because what I want to do today is using my own portfolio, what I currently pay on interest. I want to think about the future. I want to think future forward. MSTY is one of the better paying Yieldmax ETFs when it comes to monthly distributions, okay? And what I was thinking is I want to see using my margin debt and the strategy that I would use for my account. You can also use this for your account. I'm not saying to do this, but I'm just showing you simply what I do. I want to see, okay, how much will I be able to buy in terms of MSTY? How many shares? There's MSTY. And I also want to see, okay, what's the comparison? How much will I be paying in interest versus how much I will be actually receiving from MSTY? Will it be profitable? Will it be worth it? So that's what we're going to talk about in this video using our Honorable Investing Monthly Calculator. As you can see right here, this is not yet available for purchase on our website. And I have not yet showed you guys our website. I will show you that and create a full-on video for that in the future, which this will be my #1 sponsor, being myself. But there's more about that in the future. We will get to that, no worries. But for right now, we're up to 8,262 subscribers, 225 subscribers in the past 28 days. That is awesome. And I'm super excited to bring you guys this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So where am I getting my numbers? Basically, I'm going to my interest payments. As you can see here, I am getting a 12% interest rate on all my margin debt, which at first glance, 12% is not so amazing, but that's what I'm currently getting charged. 12% on any income I take out as margin debt. So what I've done is I have my margin interest rate right here. And when looking at my account to be extremely transparent, okay, current total equity and assets equating to about $68,000, okay? This is equity. Now, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about how much I'm able to take out in terms of margin. So with the 68 in mind, I have a buying power of about $29,000. For the sake of this video, I'm using $28,000 just to make it a little bit easier. That's what it was yesterday, so that's what I'm kind of going off of. So with that marker in mind, why is that important? Well, it's because at $68,000, let's say, I know that I will have roughly about 40% of my total account balance to use as margin debt. So when we do 68,000, what we'll do is we're going to multiply that by 40%. And the reason why this is so important is because later on, this is going to help us to determine how to avoid a margin call. So just stick with me. Our total account balance sitting at $68,000. When my account fluctuates, I use the 40% here to determine how much I'll roughly have in margin. So for example, if my entire account balance was to cut in half, we were to go into a recession like we seen previously in 2008, where the market went down roughly about 50%. Let's calculate that right now. So we have 68,000 divided by 2, which is 34,000. We're going to multiply that by our 40% because I want to see, okay, if our account balance was to go down by half, by 50%, that means our total available margin will be $13,600 as shown right here, okay? Why is that important? It's because my total margin, as you've seen on my account, going back to here, is 29,000. We're using the example of 28,000. So what I want to do is I don't want to use any more than half of my total margin because that way I'm protected from a 50% correction in the market. So what I want to do here is I just want to go to 50%, boom, and I want to add all this up. We're going to multiply our 28 times our 50%, boom. So the most I would ever take out when my current account total equity of $68,000 is $14,000. This pretty much protects me from a 50% downturn in my account balance. Okay, awesome. Why is $14,000 important? It's because that's what we're going to be using as our marker for our Yieldmax ETF, MSTY. So what I want to do here is $14,000, but first, a great question. $14,000, this is Canadian. All my account balances are in Canadian dollars, as you can see up here. So what I want to do is I want to take $14,000, see how much that is in USD, which it is $10,240. Awesome. I'm super glad that you guys are sticking with me right now. 10,240 Awesome. So this is our USD amount. Why is this important? Because we need to buy MSTY. So right now, MSTY is trading at 21.21. Let's see how many shares exactly we're going to accumulate of MSTY. So, and not even saying this is a great time to buy. This is just a rough calculation for the current time being. I only like to buy on margin. Let's say MSTY as an example, when I see the price is at a great value. I don't think it's at a fantastic value right now, so I'm not buying this. This is just an example. So $10,000, and I want to divide it by our 21.21 share price. So that gives us 482 shares. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go 482. This is our honorable investing monthly income calculator. We're going to put 482 for all these markers, and you're going to see why I'm going to do that in a second. So when we look at the monthly here, I'm going to quickly highlight this. This is our monthly income from Yieldmax. Yieldmax, oh my goodness, MSTY. MSTY, what we can do here is we go to the last dividend. We have $1.47. As you can see here, I've already put in $1.47 here for our monthly income, because MSTY pays a dividend once a month. Now, if we want to see how much we'll receive in a quarter, it's very simple. We do 12. If we go to our calculator, we're going to do 12 divided by 4, which is our quarter, so we get 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 1.47, this is our MSTY dividend, times 3 in order to see what our quarterly income from Yieldmax will be. So we're going to multiply by 1.47. Boom, we got 4.41. And I understand MSTY's dividend changes quite a bit, so it's something to keep in mind. But this is just a rough calculation. And honestly, their dividend is at a kind of a lower price point than what we're normally used to. So this is a good example for margin, because it shows you, okay, they're paying a smaller dividend. How exactly will they perform? So let's move on. Now let's go to weekly. What we're going to do is we're going to take this monthly income. You know what? We're going to ignore this weekly. What we're going to do is we're just going to do quarterly and monthly, because I'm not exactly sure how to calculate that at this current moment. We're going to roll on with the video. So we have our shares of 482 for our monthly and our weekly and our quarterly income. So what we're going to do is punch those in. Everything's done. Very simply put, pardon me. So with 482 shares, you could see our yearly income is going to be our number of shares, which is 482 purchased with margin debt, times 12 months times our dividend. So our yearly income. This is our monthly income of $708, and I'm going to just briefly kind of highlight that there because this is an important marker. So $708 in terms of monthly income. Now we need to make sure that we're making more than our interest payment. So if we have 10,000, to do this on the side here, $240 at a 12% interest rate. This means that over the course of 1 year, this is what we're going to pay in interest. So we're going to do our 12% times our 10,240, and that equals to $1,228. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this number divided by 12, because this total here of $1,228 represents our yearly total in terms of interest. So on a monthly basis, we will be paying roughly $102 to earn $708 in terms of monthly income. When we subtract one from the other, we're going to do this. Our monthly income from Yieldmax from 482 shares purchased now, subtract our interest payment of $102, we are profiting $606. Now, should you run out and just put all your margin debt into MSTY? No. I think I was saying Yieldmax. I'm talking MSTY. But this is to show you why it's profitable to use Yieldmax ETFs for margin. And that's strictly what I'll be doing going forward with my Yieldmax ETFs. Otherwise, I'll be buying more stable names like Helmerich & Payne or PepsiCo, which is at a pretty good value right now. But in this video, I just wanted to show you guys how with MSTY paying even at its lower dividend scale, how it still significantly outdoes the interest accumulated from margin debt at a 12% interest rate. Of course, you want to run your numbers because I use Questrade. There will be a link for an account setup down below, and you'll receive $50. I'll receive $50 when you set up a new account through that code. But it just kind of shows you, okay, how can you be smart? How can you use other people's money in order to generate your own income? Now, one thing from this is you have to understand too, you pay tax on your $708. So I would write off about 20 to 25% of $708 to tax. But one thing that is awesome is this interest of $102 is deductible against your taxable income. So margin interest, for example, the reason why I'm trying to use a lot of it, especially this year, is to offset some of my income, because this $102 will work against my income and reduce my overall taxes. So there's a bunch of different strategies you can use with margin. This is what I'm currently doing, and that's why I'm currently actually negative about $2,700. It's because I bought multiple shares of Yieldmax, XYZY, PYPY, a little bit of Babo, a little bit of Coney, MSTY, and VDY. So you can see I bought a bunch of different names, and I bought them all using margin. And this margin debt, I have put in about $4,000, but it has been paid down very fast. And the more margin you use, the more you'll accumulate in terms of dividends, and the faster you'll hopefully be able to pay it off. Of course, you got to think about your income when it comes to tax time, because you will owe taxes. So not all of this will go right into your pocket. Some of it will have to go back to Uncle Sam, as they say in the US, or the tax man, the IRS, or the CRA. But it's something to think about, and it's something not to overlook, because using margin can be a fantastic source to propel your overall portfolio and your monthly income. So with that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope it was fun to kind of use our Honorable Investing monthly income calculator. I will obviously have to kind of make this a little bit better in the future. I think it's pretty good, but we can do better, and I will make it better before it's available for release. Of course, we're currently working hard on our store and our Honorable Investing goal template. That will be the first product that we really launch to kind of look into our store here. I'm not putting any links to anything right now, but I just want to show you guys that when you guys purchase this, you'll receive a pretty cool PDF right here, which will have a Honorable Investing goal template, which will be the Google Sheet that you will see right here, if I can pull that up for you, which will help you to track your positions, grow your positions, and of course, increase your monthly income. That is the total goal of that. And then I'll create a YouTube link as well for this product, so that it's easy for you guys to follow along, and you'll have something to follow along while filling out this portfolio. I need to make everything as simple as possible for you guys, and that's what I intend to do, but I still have a lot of work to go. So if you're with me and you're still with me, we're up to 8,262 subscribers. Subscribe and like this video if you found it valuable. Yeah, if you found it valuable. Not valuable. Thank you very much for watching. Please do take care, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.